Okay, we're about to have some fun here today, and I was gonna just show you some of this stuff. So, this is my Game Boy Advanced case from when I was a kid. There's Rayman 2, great game. So you can see that has a battery in it. So I would have to replace that battery in there for it to actually save the game. A lot of these games have that. Some of them don't, like the more simple games like this, Empire Strikes Back. It doesn't actually save the game. You just enter in a code, like a number sequence, to get to the level that you want to go to, you know. So like if you beat the game, you know, you write down the code, beat the level, write down the code, so then you can come back to it. But so that's the difference. That doesn't have a battery, but this game does, because it actually saves your file on the game. So yeah, this is, I have my Game Boy. This is what it looked like. Mine was red. I believe the first one I had was red, and like half the screen went bad on it. I've still got that one in the drawer, but this is one I picked up at a pawn shop. So this is the Game Boy Advanced SP. So the regular Advanced looked a little bit different, and this is the second model of the Game Boy Advance, and it has a light in the screen here. The other original model, it didn't have a light in it, so you had to actually, you know, have the lights on in your living room or whatever to see the screen. So that's the Game Boy Advanced. Now what we're going to do today is we're going to have some fun here with the Game Boy Player. So this is something I picked up years ago, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, because I saw it on eBay and I just wanted to have one to have in my collection. So what this is it's this plastic piece, this plastic electronic piece, and it mates to the bottom of your GameCube here. So you pull these covers off, and then it snaps into the bottom, and then what that allows you to do is that allows you to play the Game Boy games, both Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color. It allows you to play these games on your GameCube on the big screen using, you know, a GameCube controller. So, yeah. And then this is what came after the Game Boy Advance. So this is where Nintendo has messed up in recent years. This was the handheld that came out after the Game Boy Advanced, right? So what they did is, it took a new style cartridge that slides in the top here, right? But they also allowed you to play the Game Boy Advance games in the new, you know, the new handheld. So that's just something that these game companies, they don't do anymore. They don't have any backwards compatibility to the older games. And, you know, they've figured out that they can make a profit without offering that. So anyway, so yeah, I'm cooking up a steak right now, but I'm gonna fire this up, and yeah, this just it clips into the bottom of the GameCube there, and then you put this disc in the drive, and you have to have this disc to play it, and then you can put the Game Boy game in the bottom there, and this is what the deal looks like here. Now you can find these for like $20 a piece, but they're going to be the Japanese versions. There's just a million of the Japanese versions, but the United States versions are more sought after. And I paid, you know, I believe it was $260 for this whole thing. This with the disc, and the fact that it has this little slip cover for the disc, and the instruction booklet, and the authentic case here with the memory card holder. You know, it was worth, you know, to me it was just, it's a cool thing to have to put onto the GameCube. You know, it's like there weren't a lot of these accessory style things for this console. So yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna eat my lunch here, and then I want to play some Donkey Kong Country, This was Joseph's game that he gave to me, so I'm going to play some of that. And then I might play this Pokemon game a little bit. So yeah, just a cool little video. I enjoy talking about this stuff, and it's just a unique thing that, you know, the newer consoles don't have. And yeah, it's just interesting. Oh, and then this GameCube, again, this is the special Pokemon edition GameCube that I found at the pawn shop. You know, here is the corresponding game that goes with that. I've got the case over here, but I put it in I've been putting the GameCube games in these little CD holders because the cases for the GameCube games, they really are very tight on where the GameCube, the center ring of the game, and if pulling that game in and out of the case so many times, it will break that center ring. So I've been putting them in these and then storing them in like these things here. So, but yeah. So anyway, that's worth $300. You know, this is worth $300 easy. And I paid $40 for this. Totally disassembled it, cleaned it, and then that I got that off of eBay for, I believe it was $260. So yeah, just cool stuff. And then I'm playing. I got a brand new GameCube controller from Japan. It's made by Nintendo. It's authentic, but it was made in 2019. So it's just really cool to have a brand new controller. So anyway, just a fun video. I need to cook this squash. I don't know how to cook it. I need to maybe slice it up into thin pieces or something.